This new job that you've received is different. This is a reconnaissance, actually. News from your benefactor. In a letter, it details several important officials that are worried about a sorceress in Romhelz. Darius Stone is a woman working in tandem with a local military operation that operates under the title Firebird. She's recently gone from a perfectly level-headed professional with a fascination for mycology to a paranoid agoraphobe. The commander of the commander of the operations, Xander Grixis, he would appreciate some assistance in finding out why their associate has been acting so strangely lately. A letter of referral was included with Sajil's summons, and Janae has the address for the correct military building and Daria's house. You've all met in a nice inn in Worcester. It's the evening. You've just gotten to town and caught up, and the city seems to be on high alert for some reason. How do you proceed? Also, that's the art for Romhelz, so you know what kind of fucking aesthetic this city has from the inside.
Looks
Yes,
like
I know. Alright, so you're going to the military outpost.
Mm-hmm.
When you step in, it is chaos, actually.
this
Oh.
looks
Well,
pleasant.
this is fantastically less organized than I expected.
Like active chaos or just everything's a mess?
It is not so much a mess so much as everybody seems to be very, very busy right now. And there are a couple people near the exit that they're inscribing runes into the walls. Like chiseling into the stonework.
So, is this a bad time?
One of the armored guards comes over. How can I help you?
Hold up the letter.
That is certainly a sealed letter.
We have a meeting with Xander Grixus.
Oh, yeah, straight down the hall. You take right and then left. Second door on the right.
Aye, thank ya.
You arrive at the door.
Not open, I take it?
It is not currently open.
Then we knock politely.
All right, on showing the letter, you are let into the room properly. It is nicely decorated in comparison to the rest of what you've seen so far, and it doesn't appear trashed, so that's a bonus. Sitting at the desk is a gentleman with red hair liberally streaked through with gray. He looks to be getting on in his years, human. He's wearing words. Military decorations. What are those called? You know what I'm talking about.
Medals?
Medals?
Ribbons?
Yes, medals!
Medals, ribbons.
Yeah, whatever the ones
Brass.
that you whatever the ones that you wear on your fucking
That's
brass
literally
star.
every noun we just used.
Yeah. And he's got a fancy fur coat. That's pretty much what it looks like. There. Description over. Oh wait, I have art.
Oh.
Oh, handsome man.
He's supposed to be a little bit more gray. I couldn't find art that made him look quite old enough.
Fair.
So him in like 5 years, 10 years, 5 to 10 years,
Sure.
7 years.
Now you're getting crazy.
Well, Commander, we heard you had a mycologist problem.
Oh, are you the assistant that was promised?
Aye.
I certainly hope so.
They said you'd be arriving soon. It's just been a little crazy for the last couple of
It
hours.
looks like it has been. It's like everyone's on high alert suddenly.
Looks like. So, is there any information I can share that would make your investigation easier, or do you just need approval?
Perhaps any word of studies or things that they were involved in? Obviously, anything you can't disclose is fine, but
How much do you currently know about her?
Next to nothing.
yeah, that's the answer.
Darius Stone is a mycologist and sorceress by bloodline from the capital. Her older cousin is the magical advisor to the king. She's always been a rather withdrawn individual, respectful, good at her job, not particularly ambitious. She started acting strange about 6 months ago. She went on a trip to visit her cousin, and as soon as she returned, she started cutting herself from her friends in the compound. Shortly after, she started sending letters from home with her research instead of coming to me to deliver them like she used to.
Was there
I believe that's the I can think of.
any delay she suffered on her trip home from her last visit?
She didn't appear to be any later than normal, but I don't know how many days she spent there exactly. She didn't say that she had been delayed. She didn't say that anything had happened.
Do you know what she was last researching before she left?
I don't know, honestly. The mushroom angle is not my forte. She's been working on some sort of potential antibody against a particular sickness that we happen to get in this part of the country. Local mushrooms, glowy ones.
I don't suppose you sent anyone to her house already?
Of course, we've sent people to her house. She refuses any visitors. One time I sent guards politely asking her to try and figure out whatever the fuck's going on. I've done the extent of what I can legally and as a friend.
Nothing strange they mention about the house at all? The building itself?
We haven't been let in, but we didn't see anything strange from the outside.
Does she have an office here?
She does. She hasn't used it in 6 months.
Still, with your permission, may we see it?
Yeah. Can you bring them to Daria's office? The keys. He pulls it out of his desk and tosses it to the guard standing by the door. By your leave. And you follow the guard to Daria's.
I did have one more question, actually.
Oh,
I'm so
yeah.
sorry. I just now thought of it. Uh, one last question. Have you heard any word from her cousin, or any news of her cousin from the capital?
We sent a letter to ask if anything had happened while she was in the city, but he didn't seem to be aware that she was acting strange at all.
Hmm.
And there hasn't been any news that anything fortunate has happened to him.
The only other thing is just a physical description of what Darius Stone like.
Yes, you receive your physical description, but instead of giving you a physical description, I'm just going to show you her.
Ah, fair
That
enough.
works.
Because I don't know the best way to describe.
Oh, whoa, that looks fucking sick!
Those glasses, though.
Here, I'll send you the big version over Discord because it's actually a really nice art.
Holy shit.
I like the glasses. I like the outfit.
I've
I just
also,
like.
I've also been spelling their name wrong.
We get to Daria's office. It is like all scientists' office, a bizarre mix of everything being perfectly ordered and absolutely a mess.
This might take a minute to sift through.
Everything that could possibly come in contact with any sort of experiment is damn near sterile and well away from the cluttered mess that is her desk and relaxing area.
Are there any like
Sitting area, that's the word.
patterns within a workflow, like writing wise? Like, is there any specific style, like important stuff here, ramblings over here, things like that.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check if you're looking over your desk for anything important.
Yeah, I'm not great at those.
Can I join in that?
Okay, I'm okay
I
at
guess?
those.
Yeah. Yes. What are the other three people doing while they're investigating the desk?
So it's a desk and an experiment area.
There's a desk, a sitting area, and an experiment table.
And two of them have got the desk. I'll just check out the experiment table, even though I don't know what any of this shit is.
It's a lot of dried mushrooms.
Um,
I'm sorry. It's a
Is there-
fucking mycologist, my
Is there
dude.
any chance I recognize anything about these mushrooms?
Um, yeah, there's actually a spot in the back where several different types of mushrooms are growing. That appears to be the reason this is an experiment table and not just a table where dried mushrooms are sitting.
Can I recognize mushrooms as well?
You can both focus on the mushrooms.
I'm
So
gonna be
that'll
helping
be a nature and or arcana check. I'll let you both choose.
Janaea, I'm just gonna help you because you're gonna know more about mushrooms than I do.
Thanks. So can I roll with advantage?
Yep.
Cool, cool, cool.
And Alex, what are you doing? Lucy?
Oh, I am Alex.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm just.
I wasn't talking to Paco.
I say, yeah, I'm suppressing my instincts.
I'm not super duper sure what's going on, so I'm just chilling with Iamon. Or actually, Nyx. Nyx has been right like most of the time so far, so I'm just gonna chill with them.
Alright, next you can roll with advantage. If you
I-
want to reroll.
I'm not re-rolling a 23.
When have we had the opportunity to
I
be
mean,
wrong?
you could just roll again, and if it is a natural 20, if not, then you take the 23. That's how advantage rolls work. It's just the chance for a nat 20, you know?
23 it is. It's fine.
Alright, so first the desk.
Sigil got there first.
Sigil and Nyx, as you're looking over the desk, Sigil, the first thing you notice is her writing style is actually pretty distinctive. She favors shorthand and bullet point lists. So it's kind of hard to sift through what she's actually saying because of her shorthand. So if either of you want to be reading, I'm also going to need an intelligence check from you.
Yeah, I'm useless.
Nyx, are you focusing more on the desk itself, or are you also reading?
A little bit of both, but I guess reading is up there.
Then go ahead and make me an intelligence check too.
Oh, that's oops, almost. We're doing great, Sigil.
You two are going to be able to read it. It's just going to take you a lot longer because you're having to read very slowly to figure out what the fuck she's talking about. So that definitely means you can't just skim over the papers and
Not using the universal shorthand has invented her own.
Yeah. Janaea and Eamon, the mushrooms appear to be a local variant, like Xander mentioned. And you can't really tell if they are any sort of bioluminescent because the lights in the office are too bright. It's not like a super obvious bioluminescence if it's there.
Even if we
Could
like
I take
cup
the
our hands
sample
over.
to somewhere dark?
Yeah.
I will do that.
Right. You step out and ask the guard that is waiting for you guys to find someplace dark. Are you taking one of the live specimens or one of the dried specimens?
Both.
Both? Alright. You pick up a potted mushroom and a dried one. The dried one does not bioluminesce, but the live one does.
Anybody got like any kind of medicine to help with poison?
I don't have medicine. I can purify some food. That's about it, though.
but like after it's been consumed, anybody?
That is an absolutely hard no for me.
I look at Eamon.
Yeah, I got something. I don't want to use it, but I got something if it's too bad.
Sweet. I'm gonna pop a mushroom in
No,
my
wait, I
mouth.
should be the one.
I'm
Christ.
gonna say let her do it.
I should.
Huh.
I was going to volunteer to eat it, because then I would decide whether or not I'd want to use this magic, but.
Alright, you eat the mushroom. Continue.
I guess it's not poisonous. I will reach for a mushroom as well.
No, that's not what
I
that means.
slap.
No.
No.
That
It was
is.
a joke. It was a joke. Relax.
I'm gonna insight check that.
As you are reading over the last day of notes after you copy them,
Mm-hmm.
she appears to have been going to Airthal to report her findings on the level of something medical term. You're not a doctor in this particular branch of local medicine and its potentials towards maybe finding a cure for the plague.
Oh.
She also goes on to describe how absolutely horrifically poisonous it is in its natural state.
This particular mushroom?
Mm-hmm.
The one she just ate.
Is it labeled?
Yeah. Is
They're
there
all
like
the same mushroom.
oh god.
Oh.
Oh god.
I'm
I'm
gonna
living my
slap
best life.
Ginny on the back. You're in for a ride, bud.
Thanks.
Hmm.
I know. I've done it before.
Can
probably
I
do it again.
have your skull after you pass?
Nope.
Is
I
there a
will ask
bucket
again when you
nearby or
pass.
something?
Alright.
All right.
I mean, you could empty out the trash can.
I'm going to dump the trash can and just hold it in front of Janae and be like, alright, one way to get that out. Come on. Wait, we're the same height. I don't have to hold it up at all.
What? How tall are you?
I'm 5 feet tall.
Oh yeah, we are this pretty much the same height.
Oh, I also want you to know. Actually, Eamon and Nyx would be the only ones aware of this.
Why?
You don't want me to say why.
Wait, why the fuck do I know that?
No. I didn't ask why. I just had an Eamon moment and I went, "Oh, I."
Oh, okay.
Like Scottish, yes.
Now I want to know why I know this.
I'll tell you why you know it after the session.
Okay.
Just remind me.
Are you gonna tell me after
Yes,
or
remind
okay.
me.
Okay.
Drow, you two are the only ones that would know enough about Drow to know this specifically. Drow are basically champion mushroom farmers.
What a weird fact to know.
No, that's like what they're known for. That is what Drow are known for. They are an underground agricultural society known for being absolutely nuts about mushrooms. And
This is
the murder.
this is just like a particularly spicy brand for Janaea. It just palate cleanser.
She's just
Yep.
down to have it. No, she's just down to ghost pepper.
Did it taste good?
It tasted pretty fucking good, not gonna lie.
I'm taking more.
Oh my god!
Oh my.
I'm not
Janaea-
eating them. I'm saving them for later.
By the time you arrive in Darius Stone's neighborhood, it's about 1:30-ish. It's a pretty, it's upper middle class. It's definitely where the nicer shopkeepers and like the other industry professionals like her tend to live. It's not it's not a particularly standout townhouse, but it is 2 stories.
Got neighbors?
Did I-
Yeah, it is actually connected. It's a townhouse. This is definitely a nice enough upper middle class part where she could conceivably either have servants or not have servants.
Fair. Delilah, could you do me a favor, love?
Hmm?
Could you just, you're much better at climbing than I am. Can you have a look around the front, the back, just see if there's any openings or if she's completely sealed herself away? And perhaps try to listen in and see if she's alone.
Delilah peels herself away from Nyx and roll a stealth check and roll in acrobatics.
Acrobatics, you say?
Yes,
Okay.
as
Oh,
Delilah. Oh my god.
all right. Sneaky kitty. +2. I'm sure the acrobatics is gonna. Yep, that's about what I expected.
Delilah is going to be occupied for a hot moment, trying and failing multiple times to climb this one banister.
Oh god, there's so many cat videos that I can think of that this reminds me of.
I see
But
my
nobody
objective,
sees her.
but will I get to it?
But nobody sees her, and that's the important part.
Yes,
Even
exactly.
Nyx doesn't know where she is right now.
No, I'm joining the others in whatever they're doing while I wait.
Eamon's gonna go up to one of the neighbors' houses and knock on the door.
All right. You walk up to the left or the right neighbor.
We'll say the right neighbor. It doesn't really matter.
All right. I mean, you manage for which building. You open the door, or you don't open the door, but you knock on the door, and the door is opened by a half elf in servant's clothes. Some nicer servant's clothes, but servant's clothes, staring up at or down at you attentively. Can I help you, sir?
Hi, I'm here to deliver a package to your neighbor, Daria Stone, but I cannot get a response. I was wondering, are you aware of their location right now, or where I might be able to deposit the package for later? Trying to jive if anything weird has come out of that mansion recently. We're into it.
When you start asking these questions, the half elf gets that kind of that awkward I hate to be the bearer of bad news look. You know exactly which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Alright. Miss Stone has been rather self-contained recently. Unfortunately, if you leave the package on the door, she'll eventually find it and bring it in.
Ah, well, understood. Thank you kindly for your time.
Since I can do detect magic as a ritual, can I just get as close to the house as possible without being weird about it? Like, I realize the house itself might end up blocking some sense of it, but, checking for traps, shit like that. Checking for
Do
weird
you want to
shit.
hang out on the porch?
Yeah, basically.
Alright.
I don't suppose I can stealthily do that, can I?
You can stealth check before you do it, and you can cast quietly. So, yeah, you can make a stealth check.
Okay. Oh!
Alright.
Oh!
This house is
Decked out.
rather the opposite.
Ooh.
Suspiciously null for something that is said to house a sorcerer.
Huh.
In the back of your mind, you hear a triumphant,
I love Delilah so much.
Seeing as Eamon is asking about a person of interest, so anyone nearby that is taking a little bit too much interest in what's going on?
Go ahead and perception check.
Oh, fantastic. You know, I just realized, aside from one of my characters with you guys, every one of my characters has had just absolutely horrid perception.
Fair.
Except Sajil, who's rolled like really high so far.
My dude, you don't understand. All of Queen's Court, I would fuck over the party with perception.
Oh, it was so bad. It was so hilarious. So
I had like
Fucking
goggles
great.
of night to like prevent the disadvantage, and it didn't matter.
There's a half-orc staring at you.
Like definitely taking more interest in this conversation than just like a passerby.
He is watching everybody who is congregated outside of Darius Stone's house with extreme interest in doing. He is making a cursory effort to be subtle, but he is clearly not trained at it in any way, shape, or form.
Damn, like Nyx.
Oh god
Whoa.
damn!
Hold on.
Get his ass!
Wow, that I didn't think Blake's character was gonna be slighted like this.
wow.
That was damn. That was fucking mean.
That
Why
was,
is it
I'm
always
sorry.
me that's getting bullied?
He's currently pretending to read on a park bench that's probably about 100 feet away from you guys. And you can pretty easily make your way over there. He definitely notices you approaching, but he's also pretending not to notice you while you're pretending not to notice him. But you know, you're a trained agent and you don't know what he is. But he's clearly not trained in subterfuge.
All right. Can I get about pretty much right next to him?
He will definitely notice you by the time you get pretty much right next to him, but he's not going to say anything. He's going to pretend not to notice you.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, like, really, I just am going to act like I've been tired for a little bit and just need to sit down for a moment. And I'll probably sit like that for like a minute just to see how he reacts. Does he, like, if he tenses up or.
He is sending furtive glances to you that he's hoping you don't notice. He's also definitely still glancing over at Nyx, who is casting suspiciously, and Eamon, who is chatting. Well, Eamon has already finished up chatting.
Damon's finished up chatting. He's actually going to go to the market real quick. He has
All right,
something he wants to get.
The market itself is not within eyesight. The market itself is about a 5-minute walk away. This is the residential area attached to the market, essentially.
He's saying it's close enough and it's such a small thing that he'd be willing to walk it anyway.
All
So
right.
you said he's sitting
So
on the
Eamon,
bench?
yeah, Eamon's walking off, and he's definitely focused more on Eamon now as Eamon wandering off.
Does he have any armaments on him of any kind?
Not that you can see.
Something interesting?
Oh, your group. Are you? What are you? Are you there for the house?
Why have you been watching so intently?
I work there. Are you there for the house? Are you there for Darius Stone?
I mean, a conversation wouldn't be out of the order, but. Work how?
My name is Roland Dormir. I'm the head servant and Darius' lab partner. He turns in his seat and offers you a hand to shake. He looks incredibly earnest. Here, I actually have art for him too.
He look as cool as his boss.
You'll find out in 2 seconds.
Aw, he's cute. He's adorable.
So, judging by how you're reacting, I'm guessing you haven't really had much contact either.
She fired me
How recently?
last week. we were doing a long distance thing, but she finally told me that I needed to find a new job.
I'm guessing there were different words chosen.
She just sent me a notice of termination in the mail, paid off my debt, and set me out on the streets.
Paid off your debt.
I was indentured.
Mm. Get along working with her for the most part.
Yeah, she was loads better than my last boss.
This seems out of the ordinary then.
Last fucking half a year's been out of the ordinary. You're here to help her, right?
I'm hoping
You're
to.
Thank God. But
Last
fuck,
half
actually
year.
thank the goddess, not thank God.
Glycellin
Ooh,
has become
Fucking
Catholic.
Illume.
God damn, it's just like a crusade in each campaign.
Stop it.
Listen,
Deus
Listen,
Volt!
he follows a monotheistic religion, but you're thinking of the wrong one.
Deus Volt.
is
Deus
it the
Volt,
wrong one?
Deus Volt,
Is it
Deus Volt,
ever the
Deus
wrong
Volt,
one?
Deus Volt, Deus
Deus
Volt,
Volt,
Deus
Deus
Volt,
Volt.
Deus Volt.
I'll have no more of this. The Crusades were evil.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So any sort of insight you can give would be appreciated.
I have a theory, but it's gonna sound really crazy.
We've dealt with crazy in the past, so shoot.
So the reason why the Firebirds can't do anything about all of this madness is because she's not missing, right? We see her, she goes to get groceries. That's all she does, but she goes to get groceries. She sends in her reports. She's just there in the house. Except I don't think she is. I think it's somebody else who just looks like her. She doesn't. Through the letters, she seems to know everything, but when the one time I approached her in person, she just seemed off. It's not anything I have hard evidence for, but
Any personality changes? Anything noticeable?
definitely she used to be nice, a good boss, a hard worker. Now she's paranoid, twitchy, snappish, and well, she fired all her servants. She moved me to an off location and finally fired me. She's already cut all ties with her friends at work.
So, different personality changes. This is gonna sound strange. Changing in eating patterns, different regulars of foods.
Like I said, she moved me off site pretty much immediately after she returned. I haven't actually seen her for longer than that one time I cornered her.
This is gonna sound strange. You sent letters back and forth, correct?
Correct.
Did the stylization of her writing change even a little bit? Little things you noticed that she didn't usually do.
No, and that's through the letters, everything seems perfectly fine, other than the fact that we're communicating via letter when we've never done that before.
No letters, nothing is written slightly differently.
Not as far as I'm aware.
Alright. I do not. I'm never one to give out an empty promise, so I do not know how this will turn out, but everything within my power, I will try and figure this out.
Thanks. That's all we can hope for, I guess.
And the Forester is where I'm staying at, so if you come across anything that you find obviously out of the ordinary, but I hope you know what I mean by that.
I'll send it your way. And your friends, they're all, including the one that just finished casting magic on my doorstep.
He's not exactly the most discreet individual, but
He's really not trying to be subtle, is it?
no, he's not.
He's going to beat a hasty exit then.
Alright. I'm gonna reconvene with Nyx because Eamon's piddling off somewhere else.
I'm literally just going to the market to buy the cheapest thing I can get gift wrapped.
I also need to hit the market.
Oh god.
I
You
need to start a
buy-
plan.
You buy a candle and get it gift wrapped.
I have one gift wrapped candle, okay.
That'll be 2 copper.
Easy. I have 20.
Does Sajil inform me of what he heard or not?
Mm-hmm. I think the one thing that I'm a little alarmed about is the phrase seems like a completely different person.
And this is around when Eamon gets back.
I'm actually
That
gonna lie, I'm gonna
is-
get something slightly bigger than a camp booth. Is there something like small and box shaped?
That is
Yeah,
Okay.
an
Just-
interesting.
you get something small and box shaped.
That is an interesting point of view to go from.
All she does is grab food and such. So, what about you, and any success?
Strangely enough, her house, I can't get a feel for any magic. Which she is a sorcerer, so that's a tad bit strange.
Can't get a feel for any magic.
Nothing protecting the doors, windows up front at least, and I can't sense anything inside, so perhaps she's lines the whole. Does detect is it scrying that's affected by lead lining, or is it detect magic, or is it both?
Detect magic is blocked by it. You can't. But
yeah,
you.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything divination is blocked by lead.
Okay, so unless she's lined the entirety of her house in lead,
But I think.
she's-
I think when it's blocked, it doesn't. It's not the same thing as non-magical. It's just
Yeah,
like
you'd still
you hit
detect
it.
Hmm.
Like you know you're hitting lead. It's not there's an absence of
Ah.
magic here.
So unless she's a sorceress that's decided to just suddenly give up her magic somehow, I don't know what to tell you. I can think on some things, get some ideas. With what you've told me and what I've sensed here.
I'm going to check the market, actually. I have something I need to confirm for myself.
That's fair enough.
Particularly the food stalls.
Well, I've just gotten back from the market, and I think I have an idea for how we might be able to get a look inside.
You have a boxed cantaloupe.
I have a box of cantaloupe.
You have a boxed cantaloupe.
Oh my god!
I
Okay,
decided what the size of the thing that you got was.
I got a cantaloupe
That's-
and put it in a box.
That's an odd choice, but it's fine.
Look, Eamon is not a shopper.
You- the food stalls would be the closest stalls to the entrance that you came from, so the first would have passed by were the food stalls.
So I
And-
hold this gift-wrapped cantaloupe addressed to Darius Stone in front of all of you.
Uh-huh. And
I don't know if this is a great idea or an absolutely stupid one.
Look,
Hey,
she-
you don't know it's a cantaloupe.
yeah, it's true. It's in wrapping. I don't tell
I
you
know,
what it
but I
is.
know the shopping was fast.
so should we leave then?
Well, here's the thing. She only comes out for groceries and packages. Now, I don't know what her food situation is like, but we leave her a package. She opens the door, one of us slips in. sees what's going on inside. We just have to wait here for her to open it up.
One of us slips in.
Yeah, about that.
I
How?
I reach into my bag and sort of shake a scroll of invisibility.
Oh.
Hmm.
Before that, can I ask Zaz, with my druid class, it says that I can turn into monstrosities. Are there any, would you say that there are any that are like, you know, the size of like
Do you want
a
a
bug?
monstrous mouse?
What?
Do you want a monstrous mouse? Is that what
Yeah,
you're for?
yeah. It would not be listed, but
No longer is there a Janaea next to you. Instead, there is. It looks like the most horrific cross between a mouse, a centipede, and a spider you've ever seen. But it's tiny.
I hate
God, this
that.
is...
I'm gonna step on it, because that's
I
terrifying.
never get
Don't-
used
bitch,
to
I'm
this.
Don't. You would have seen her
I'm
transform.
gonna, I will stop that. I'm gonna stop that from happening.
I'll just fuck with you. I'm not gonna actually do it. Can you imagine? Could you imagine?
Janaea, I like you a lot, but gods, that's creepy.
I'm gonna wink.
Oh!
Before we attempt,
She winks 3 of the eyes on the left side of her face.
before we attempt sneaking in that particular way, do you mind if I check in with Delilah first?
Hey, got it.
Don't necessarily have to take the front entrance.
Yeah, let's break
Oh
into
yeah, I'm
houses,
totally
but let's
in
not
here.
steal stuff.
What do you mean you're totally in there?
She invites you to look through her eyes.
Uh, guys, take me across the street.
Hey, hey. I lead him across the street.
All right, I'm gonna look through Delilah's eyes, see what she's seeing.
It's like leading a blind person.
She
Hmm,
squeezed through a broken window.
a broken window.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There's a broken window on the second floor on the side.
So I imagine like over the roof of one of her neighbors.
Mm-hmm. It's closer to a skylight than a window, to be honest.
Ah. And what does she see?
She is in an incredibly messy bedroom. And you now have control over her actions, so.
Um, is there any sign of someone being in here recently? Or can I not?
Not particularly. There is actually some dust gathering.
Hmm. Dust gathering in the bedroom. Delilah, try to make your way downstairs.
She
And
just turns both of your heads, and you see that the door out of the bedroom is closed.
Hmm. Can you hear anything?
You hear nothing.
Eamon,
Aye.
while I'm still here, why don't you... Let's get out of sight and you can go knock and see if that garners any response for her to get her package.
Aye, I'll leave the package there. Is Janaea still in there? Whatever the
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
might as well take the chance.
I am going to
The
fucking
mousepede?
shudder, and I'm going to pick you up and try to like put you somewhere in like my whatever outfit that you're hidden. Oh, oh, all right. Deep breaths. Oh, I'm going
I
to.
say it's a mouse, spider, and a centipede. It's probably closest to mouse size.
That's not
That's-
helping.
That's so much worse. Wait,
A mouse,
shake
not
it
a
really
rat.
fast. What happens?
Wait, what?
Nothing. You missed it.
She's very fast. Those are all very fast creatures.
Ugh. This is so uncomfortable.
Janaea, do you remember where I put that bucket?
I shake my head no.
Oh, Christ. Alright. Oh, wait.
You're
Crap.
not poisoned right now.
Did you just say Christ?
Yeah, I did. I didn't mean to do
We
that.
really are Catholic here.
I'm going to...
We
go-
are agents. We shall change your name to the Inquisition.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
The
You
Glycelian
knock on the door?
Inquisition. I'm gonna set Janaea down on the ground first. Or like let her get off me first, then knock on
And-
the door.
And
And
I'm
it's-
keeping Delilah listening for any response.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
You
yell
know?
Alright.
really loudly.
Position myself in the best place for me to like bolt through the door without being seen.
You just
I mean-
climb on top of the frame.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Just gonna knock and yell really loudly. Package delivery, Daria Stone. I'm gonna wait. I'm a little bit.
Alright.
I'm going to jiggle the handle and yell again.
Alright. Nix, are you looking through Delilah's eyes, or
I'm sorry, one more time?
are you looking through Delilah's eyes or Nix's?
Delilah's.
Alright. You do hear the sound of somebody getting up and moving around. You hear the creaking of wood flooring,
Hmm.
but the door does not open.
I will knock and try the handle one more time.
You get no response.
Alright, leave it on your doorstep. Best tidings to you. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna put it not all the way off the porch, but enough so that you would have to open the door, step out, grab it, and then go back in.
Alright. Do you leave?
Yeah, and then I leave.
Alright, are you leaving? Are you walking a
going
ways
to-
away?
I'm going to pretend like I am going, turning, and walking like to the down the street to somewhere else entirely.
Janaea, a few long minutes pass after your party members wander off, and then you hear the sound of the door click, and quick as a flash, she darts out, grabs the package, and slams the door shut. But you're in.
Yes. Wait, can this thing like climb on the walls? Because it's like
Yes,
spider-
you are currently on the
Mm.
walls.
Good, good, good.
You were on the top of the door frame.
Yeah. Because my plan is to probably just stick to the walls and ceilings and just like follow women around.
Oh,
Alright.
I don't like that visual.
Is it better or worse if I tell you it has fangs?
God, what the
Worse.
fuck is this thing?
Oh, and I will say I was probably like narrating where Delilah was, so Naya does know where to exit, I would assume, if I had been narrating what I was seeing. So
So,
She knows to-
Janaea, you are aware of the broken skylight.
Okay.
Daria, she takes the package over to whatever the fuck you call that table that's in the entryway.
hmm
She unboxes it, pulls out the cantaloupe, and tilts her head.
Oh God! Imagine being whatever's possessing this poor woman and some you get a random cantaloupe in the mail.
And she shrugs, heads to the kitchen, and starts carving it open.
Oh, good, she likes it.
But first, she
Um,
casts Detect Poison.
Oh no,
She is smarter than most of us.
no! Is your spider rat thing poisonous?
I don't know.
shrugs and takes a bite of the cantaloupe.
Okay. Is there anything like strange about her movements? I don't know. Literally anything.
She seems a little bit jerky and anxious, to be honest.
Okay.
But after she's done munching on the cantaloupe, she goes to her sitting room, sits down at the couch, and opens a book with a bookmark in it. And she settles the fuck in.
Can I tell what she's reading? Is it in a language?
What languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, and Undercommon.
It is not in the language that you speak.
Okay. I'd say like I'd stay there for a while just in case. And then, probably when I know I have about like half an hour left on my wild shape, I'll leave.
All right, so for the entirety of the time you are watching Daria Stone, she is munching on cantaloupe, drinking wine, and reading a book.
Okay.
Bitch is living.
I'll say, yeah, this is just a Saturday for her. Like,
What can I see in the room?
She appears to be primarily chilling out in her sitting room slash entertaining room slash, that room.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a bookshelf, which she's sitting next to the sofa, and it mostly looks like it's stuff for entertaining, decorations, chairs, a table. There's a wine bar,
Okay.
wine rack, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, on my way
There.
out, I'm gonna look at like as many other rooms as I can.
All right. You would have to unwild shape to open any of the doors, and most of the doors do seem to be closed.
Okay.
You find servants' quarters. You find the kitchen, although you already knew where the kitchen. You find a small but proper dining room. You have the sitting room, and then on the upper floor you have a secondary lab, 2 guest rooms, and her master bedroom. The only doors that are open there's one of the guest room doors is open, the kitchen door is open because she left it open, and her laboratory is open.
Ooh, I want to look in her lab.
You have never seen so many books on mushrooms in your
Hold on a
life.
second.
She appears to have a singular focus on mushrooms. There is one shelf that looks to be primarily magic, though.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
The majority of her books look to be mushroom related, but there is one shelf that appears to be books on magic. There are actually
Books
4
on
different spell books on the shelf and several reference research books. Looks like any of her reading for pleasure books are on the bookshelf in the sitting room.
Are there any more notes in this lab?
You cannot see a single note that is out.
Okay.
They're tucked away in the desk.
I'm not gonna fuck with that, so I will head on out.
All right. You how are you gonna get into the master bedroom?
Oh right, it's closed. You know what? Oh no, I can't communicate with. Okay. Okay.
Gonna try to talk to Delilah?
Yeah. Fuck. Fuck, I guess I'll drop my wild shape and try and open the fucking door.
Go ahead and stealth check
Alright.
as Janaea.
Yeah. So I have disadvantage.
because you are poisoned.
Yeah.
oh,
Wrecked.
That's why I didn't want to do this. Okay. It's gonna be fine. It's not fine.
Oh.
Is
You pop out of your Centimouse form, and when you straighten up into your proper elven form, you are hit by this wave of vertigo and nausea. And you kind of stumble into the door frame as you wrench the door open. It's not your stealthiest maneuver,
God.
but you're more focused on staying upright at this point, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the
Is-
second the door opens, you hear a faint. How would you best describe a merp? Whatever you call that one cat sound.
Yeah.
Yes. Is Delilah keeping me updated what she's hearing?
You hear a delighted, "Fuck yes, I'm free!"
Delilah, run distraction. Run distraction. I don't know what's happening, but run distraction.
Wait, run that. Get in the house.
Yes, get in the house and run distraction.
She bolts past Janaea.
Oh God.
Okay. Wild shape back and wait. I don't want to close the door on Delilah. Fuck it. I'm closing the door on Delilah.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry. I have a plan.
Yeah. So I'm closing the door behind me. Going back into my Centimouse form and then crawling, like climbing out the skylight and down the house.
All right. As you are doing that, Nyx, in your mind, you hear a all right. Where the fuck am I? And nothing.
Shit. She pop.
She popped.
Oh, that motherfucker killed my cat. All right,
I think Janae is next.
I have a
Janae is
plan.
out.
I'm outside.
Alex, what are you doing?
I am looking for a specific few things. I need a pot that I can like make a sauce in, like a sauce pot.
All right.
You're an idiot.
You find a sauce pot.
I need a wooden spoon.
All right. The person
Oh,
that you're buying it from makes a absolutely horrified noise, and you feel something against your pant leg. As you look down, you find a Centimouse crawling into your pocket.
oh, that is terrifying. Oh my god. If that wasn't my friend, oh, if that wasn't my friend, store owner, I would be so terrified right now.
You sound terrified as is.
Zaz, can this
Oh.
please be a completely different Centimouse?
Are they just like common vermin?
Janaea in her
okay.
true form just walks up behind.
You look on your other leg and there's another Centimouse crawling in your other pocket?
I know this Centimouse.
If you say so, sir. Can you get away from my stall now?
Sure. Oh, also, I need a bow and arrow.
Yeah, no,
That's
not here. Over there. He points
Okay.
the other direction.
I need to go get a short bow.
All
And,
right.
like,
Let's move on to Sigil. What are you doing?
Asking specific vendors if Darius Stone frequently visits you.
It takes a couple people, but you do eventually find the vendor that is willing to admit that Darius Stone buys from them. Most of them are giving you the same bullshit. Oh, I don't keep track of customers. This one just goes, oh yeah, yeah.
This question's gonna sound a little strange then. Has her regular purchases altered in the past few months?
Oh, I don't want to go into detail about somebody else's purchases, sir.
I'm trying to figure something out for the job, and I hear all she does really is food, packages, not much else.
You just some guy? He does not seem to believe you much.
Still have something for identification, right?
Yeah. You still have
Okay.
your badge at least. Plus, you were the one that got the letter.
Yep. Pulled both of them up.
I am going to cover the hand with the badge and push it down. I will let you keep the letters. Like, sir, look, we're friends of hers from work. We haven't seen her in months. And she won't let us into her house. We just want to make sure she's okay. Is she eating? Is she getting all the 4 basic food groups? Like, just give us something, man.
Go ahead and
I
make me a deception check.
I give Eamon a look of like, thank you for stopping me from doing something incredibly stupid.
Deception check with advantage, because as far as I'm aware, I'm sorry, I just slipped into tally that for a second. So as far as I'm aware, she used to be a vegetarian,
Aye, true.
but she seems awful intent on eating a lot of steak recently.
That is different. I mean, people can eat what they eat, but she was pretty strict about that. I can't imagine she said why.
Just start adding it on to order.
How often does she order? I imagine is it salted? Is she keeping it for a while?
Twice a week, like most people.
And how much? Because also that's expensive. Like how much does steak go for these days? Especially, I mean, I'll admit I like the fancier cuts myself, but I guess you could buy in bulk, rump cuts and all.
I mean, she doesn't seem like she's eating just meat. She still seems like she's getting basic food groups, as you said. She just decided to add. I just heard a cat.
Yes, I'm sorry, it's my cat. I can't get her to leave me alone.
Oh, I feel that.
But I love her, and I pet her every time she's on me.
I also feel that. I got distracted by the cat. I'm sorry. Cats are my weakness.
No, no problem.
No, I mean I need you to tell me what we were just talking.
Oh, sorry.
Zaz's cat brain in effect.
Basically the quantity of food. How is she ordering unusual quantities of food?
She seems to be ordering about the same quantity of food.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, sir. This is a comfort of sorts. Thank you so
Don't see
much.
how, but okay.
It look like as long as she's taking care of herself, you know, that's a start. And thank you again. And I shake his hand and put a gold piece in it, I guess.
All right. He seems mighty thankful.
Jill, do you have anything else you want to ask before we go?
No, there's some recent information just in that conversation that is interesting.
Well, let's walk somewhere else and talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, we reconvene at the Forester, because things need to move forward, and
I'm gonna go re-summon my cat in my room. Because I have some questions for Delilah. Mainly, are you okay?
That and what's it like in New York City?
That joke's so old with this cat.
she She is severely displeased with life's events and going to sulk in your room for the rest of the night.
Can you at least tell me what happened?
I'm too traumatized right now.
It will be helpful so I can get revenge for you, my love.
You'd ask me to remember the events of my own death, Nix?
For your retribution, yes.
What a cruel master you are!
I have to bring justice to your murderer.
And he goes on about like that for the next half an hour.
I give up and eventually just go with the other.
Alright. Well, we are all sitting upon different bits of information we've learned.
I didn't learn shit. I don't know if my stuff's gonna kill anybody.
Your-
Janaea can answer that for you.
Well,
That
yeah,
is
but she
so
ingested it. She
the
didn't
so
get
low
like.
on the list.
The second
don't-
I see Janaea stumble into this inn, I'm gonna look and like grab her and be like, get that woman a bucket."
You in the bucket, man.
Eamon only
bucket
has
is
knows
for
one
free.
way to cure poisoning. He doesn't actually have any magic for this.
Oh god.
The bucket is retrieved.
Alright, so we should probably do a little bit of comparison of what we've learned.
Yes. What time is it? Because class is supposed to be meeting us sometime in the evening.
It's probably 6-ish.
Okay. Expect him soon then.
I mean, we're just in the downstairs, right?
Yeah.
You're probably eating dinner.
Right.
I'm not eating anything.
Except for Janaea.
Right. So Delilah didn't get much other than that the bedroom's hardly been used before she was rudely popped out of this plane.
More woeful declarations start to build up in the back of your mind.
Any idea how she was dispatched?
Go ask her yourself, I dare you.
So
been-
cruel to poor Janaea.
I've tried talking to your drama queen of a cat before. I lost half my beard.
Try being telepathic with her.
Ugh.
Yeah,
could be,
I
technically.
think I'll skip out on that.
Hey, she liked your cantaloupe though.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
Yeah.
And what did you all learn?
Well, there's a few things I've learned. Obviously, the not herself is something we all have been told at this point.
But are we leaning on some sort of possession?
Not entirely sure. I do know.
Or...
Interesting note. Eamon and I learned that she was originally vegetarian.
He
So,
appeared to start eating steak about 6 months ago.
says I'm gonna make an assumption based on your experience as a vegetarian, my experience as a vegetarian. Would Nyx be aware that eating meat after being a vegetarian for so long, not a plan, not a good plan?
You could make me a nature history check.
Mm,
You wouldn't really be aware of that. Being a vegetarian is kind of not as common a thing in this setting.
That's quite the change.
Honestly, the fact that the shopkeeper knew the term vegetarian was probably anachronistic. She's probably the only term.
The one vegetarian in Glycellen.
What a sad life that must be.
She's
In
been
Germany.
Yep. I know.
terminating employment of all of her help.
And she's been acting different, correct?
Yep.
So
Um,
possibly.
I didn't get much in the house in terms of her. She just seemed really kind of like jerky and anxious the whole time, but basically she ate the cantaloupe, poured herself a glass of wine, and read a book. Super boring.
So anxious, you say? Yes?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Only for like the first 5 minutes when she was at the doorway, though.
Hmm.
This could possibly be something that's wearing her identity.
That was a thought I had.
How do we
That's what
not
all the
sure?
signs point to, but it could also be she's researching fucking terrible mushrooms.
But if
Um,
but her research is still at her office in the
no,
guards.
she had a lab in her house.
Did it look recently used?
Did it?
I mean, she's been submitting regular reports still that are
Mhm.
satisfactory.
It doesn't look unused. There's no dust gathering in the lab like there is in the
Yeah.
bedroom.
It looks like she keeps it clean, but like it wasn't dusty or anything, so I would assume she's got books on magic and mushroom there.
How do we sure this isn't just something, I hesitate to say completely normal, but
I wouldn't say it's normal, but it could be if it's not something wearing her identity that she has contracted something from her research.
Which would make a lot of sense with her anxiety.
Janae, did you feel particularly anxious when you were feeling a bit queasy earlier?
No,
You
but
are
I
still
poisoned my
dying.
yeah.
Oh, or
You
queasy
know,
now?
I wasn't feeling anxious earlier, but we'll see how the night progresses. It's been a while since I poisoned myself.
Hmm.
There's a lot to unpack there. Um,
Really? Because it's pretty straightforward.
yeah.
Hmm.
Anyways,
I'm still leaning on something wearing her face, really.
but what? Like, why? What and why would replace the identity of a respected, if not necessarily well known, mushroom enthusiast?
Because, well,
Let's look at the
Jealousy?
no. Let's look at the bigger picture.
it's small enough as to not be noticed too easily, but still enough prestige to get money and some amount of security.
And who she is directly connected to.
Exactly.
Someone's using her to get to the magic
It is
advisor.
entirely possible.
Could be.
Or further up, even.
She does only respond to packages.
And I will say that it is known Calyx is only boss the King of Crows. And even then they have a very well known, I'm not going to use the word contentious because they clearly respect each other, but Calyx is a very outspoken member of the council. He's known for being the wild card who isn't afraid to yell at King Baron.
Those particular those particular assassinations that I'm thinking of, those don't happen as frequently in Glycellin, do they?
Not as frequently, no.
But in the other place, yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It is more frequently a in your Not to
Fine.
say that it never happens in other places, but usually if it happens in other places, it is of a different
Mhm.
country acting, specifically your country,
Yep.
specifically the territory in your country that you come.
Yep. Right. Well, I'm not saying that this is it. Could be any number of things. Could be any kind of shapeshifter, doppelganger, changeling. Changelings aren't exactly unknown in assassination plots. At least, not where I'm from.
If it's a shapeshifter though that's just wearing her identity, how are they faking these reports? They clearly have the expertise.
You keep them prisoner. You study their mannerisms, you study their reports, you have them do the work for you.
It
Yeah, anywhere in
did.
that house looked like a prison.
I'm not saying yes, but I'm also not saying there were a lot of locked doors that I really couldn't get through.
And according to Delilah, the bedroom was pretty unused.
I
Like,
will say you didn't see a prison picking under any, and you didn't see any people then, Daria. Daria question mark.
Hmm.
Much as I'm not a fan of doing any type of artwork at night.
It's kind of looking like that's a necessity.
usually I'd be thrilled. Yeah, trust me, I would. But,
Why don't you go take a nap while Klaus should be here soon for us to talk to. We can wake you up after and move from there.
right. I'm gonna crawl my way to my room.
Poor Janaea.
All right. Now seems like a great place for me to say, do you guys want to take a 10-minute break? Because this is a long session.
Yes, 10-minute break is
Yeah.
Yeah.
fun.
Roland does stop by probably about 45 minutes after with the papers that you requested, Sajil.
How long does he stay around?
Are you going to ask him any questions?
I do
He's
have one.
He's
I-
gonna anxiously hover, waiting for somebody to be useful.
I'd like a layout of the house. Is there
He
a
will give
basement,
you a
a cellar?
layout of the house. There is a cellar. It's tiny. It's
Mhm.
like maybe like I want to say like the bowling alley, because I was thinking of Cheesecake Factory, but I don't know if you had a bowling alley in yours.
We did
What?
not. No, we did not. What?
It's a room it's a room like maybe like probably 10 feet wide and like super long. It's a storage room and it's got like shelves on each side, so that makes it like feel even closer together than it really is, even when it's really like 7 feet, so it's already pretty fucking thin. And it's just like
Alright.
this really claustrophobic.
I
Mhm.
And that's basically what he describes.
I 100% thought this was gonna be a legit bowling alley just in a Cheesecake
No,
Factory.
no, it's called the bowling alley because it feels like it's about the width of a lane of a bowling alley. Like it's almost perfectly that.
Gotcha.
That's about how much walking room you have.
Alright.
So there is a basement. It's tiny. It's mostly used as like spare storage. On the first floor, like I said, there's the servants' quarters, kitchen, dining room, sitting room, and on the second floor there is the laboratory, 2 spare bedrooms, and the master bedroom.
So it's not a very big house.
Mm-mm.
What
One
exactly?
of the spare bedrooms was regularly used by her cousin, and one of them was the fancier, like I have important people coming to check my research.
Okay.
What exactly did Roland do for her again? Was
He was the head servant and lab partner,
so lab part like
lab assistant.
let's say was he an actual like is he another researcher himself or is he just is he the lab tech basically? Like
He's a cross between a lab tech and a fellow. Like he's learning.
so he's like a postdoc. Okay.
Just yeah, he's a postdoc. He's a postdoc with little actual education.
Okay, maybe a grad student.
Yeah.
Can you tell us specifically what they were doing, if it is anything different than the notes, aside from just using mushrooms for antibiotics?
He'll go into a little bit more detail about the potential the mushroom has for curing the plague, and the fact that it's been able to cure some pretty fucking nasty symptoms with the yellow and the white strains of the plague. They haven't managed to successfully cure the plague yet, but they've managed to alleviate the symptoms with a concoction that involves the mushroom that nothing else short of magic has managed to alleviate. But it has to be prepared very specifically because the mushrooms are super fucking toxic.
Oh boy. Only he
And
knew.
he does admit that he hasn't actually managed to successfully create the concoction. Daria is the only one that's managed to do that.
When was the last time he saw her in person? I guess. That's the last question I'm gonna ask him.
He cornered her about 5 months ago, about a month after she stopped working with him in person, and the reaction was severe enough that he didn't try again, and that's enough detail. That's as much detail as I'm willing to go into.
Can I rewind and do a detect thoughts first? Because I meant
You did try and say something, so yeah, I'll allow it.
I will push so he can do his wisdom save because I want to. I know it's not quite the same as like viewing his memories, but I want to get more out of it.
Alright. What is this wisdom? Oh, poor boy. Oh, poor boy. I don't even need to know your DC. Let me read the spell. Read the spell real quick. Okay, so I imagine since you are using to probe deeper, the spell will end after the first question.
Uh,
Am I reading this correctly?
As an action, you can either shift your probe deeper, again, insight to its reasoning, its emotional state. If it succeeds, the spell. No, if he passes his save, the spell ends. I gain that effect for the duration.
But he failed, he failed, so he's not gonna know. Is he gonna know?
No, he
at
is
the
gonna
end
know at the end unless I shift to another creature.
Okay. Are
Oh
you
no,
going
he can. No, I can talk to him after that if it bugs him. But I'm trying to pick up because he keeps on mentioning that something is off about Daria in person that's not coming through in her work and her notes.
to?
I'm trying to tap into that sensation and try and process it in some way.
Going over what I just said on his emotional and mental state, when he mentions the one meeting that they had about a month after, you get you feel he's definitely anxious for the entire conversation, but you feel the anxiety spike when he talks about it and says that he won't mention the specifics. You do get. How should I phrase this? For insight into his reasoning, you do get you get a feeling like an arm, a hand grabbing your shoulder, and the feeling of stone on your back, like you were shoved a wall with pretty impressive force.
Hmm. He's a half orc, right? He's a pretty big dude.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, since you did see Daria, she is your height, like exactly.
Ah, clearly.
He's 6'1" ish. She's Sigil's height.
Well, maybe Daria's just completely goddamn ripped, but we'll hold off on that. And then, I mean, that's really all I wanted to get at detect thoughts, because I'm sure it takes him some time to relate that story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something's up with this. Something's up with this woman.
Sounds like it. So, are we breaking in, or...?
I say, well, we'll try to do it proper. Give her one chance to come out. If not,
We do have military dispensation. Technically.
eh,
On a slim technicality.
best not to make too much noise, though. Nice neighborhood and all.
True.
Right?
So are you going to Stone's house?
Yeah, we're gonna
guess
get
so.
Janaea.
You
mean
grab
like
a
about the
Janaea who is
overreaction?
while Trans curled in the fetal position, kind of making a displeased noise.
Janaea, dear,
How
are you
long
still sick?
of a rest did I get?
You did not get 4 hours.
Shit.
Alright.
Give it a really feeble thumbs up.
Is she still actually poisoned?
She is still actually poisoned.
Alright. I didn't want to use this for something so easily avoidable, but
Dad mode, Eamon showing up.
Wow, just the like undertone of disappointment and shade.
I will use spell scroll lesser restoration.
Alright. Janaea, you are no longer poisoned.
Alright.
Literally, if y'all had given me a long rest.
Sorry. We gotta go.
Alright.
You make your way. Could you all roll me a perception check as you walk over?
Oh, what sec?
Perception check.
Oh!
Oh my god! Why are there
Oh.
so many crit fails today?
God damn it.
You know what the best part is? I do not record the agent sessions.
Can I... Can I roll for Delilah?
Yeah.
What is hers? +3?
Why
+2?
is
+3.
Sigil has such good perception for us?
I just rolled a 3.
And he's the
Delilah.
one with the worst modifier. Oh wait, Nyx has a worse modifier.
Yep.
Yeah,
I just
don't
got a
lump
+1.
me in.
I just got a +1.
You have one more than him.
Yeah, I suppose I'm not really like
And you're in,
big.
and you have and you have proficiency by nature of your race.
Let's just say. Let's just say.
Shush. Shush.
Anyway, you notice Daria as you're walking. Sigil.
Okay, I'll point that out immediately.
Alright.
She's where?
She's out. Actually.
Is she within?
She is making her way at a clip. She has a hood kind of thrown over her. She has a hood thrown over her hair and kind of covering most of her face, so none of you noticed her but Sajil.
Where's she going?
Away from her house.
Is she heading towards the market? I guess is the question.
She's heading towards the gates.
I think she's heading
Oh,
towards the real
fuck.
Daria. She's definitely heading towards the real Daria.
Wait, wait. Gather around, children. Gather around.
I don't have time to be gathering.
Just
Yeah, no, gather. Just stay. I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace on us if we plan to follow.
All right.
yeah, we plan to follow.
Yeah.
The second that spell is done, and this is gonna suck because Eamon only has 25 speed, he's going to try and hustle to get within
Yeah.
30 feet of this
Amen.
woman.
Yep. All right. So we've all got +10. That's what it is.
I'm gonna need everybody to make me a stealth check.
Oh, good. For once,
Thank
I
God.
did well.
Hey, I have a +4 modifier.
I can
and
give you.
oh,
I give.
Jesus Christ!
God.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
Is it too
Thank
late for me to
God for
give
that
Sigil
+10.
inspiration?
Yeah, because I've already rolled.
Okay. Then where is stealth on my sheet? Okay. At least it's +10.
And at least it's a group check.
Hey, motherfuckers! I'm the dead weight. Hi.
yeah, but you're the perception that got us this far. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're also the nuke.
Let's go. This is the real Daria. She's,
Hustle, hustle, hustle.
she's going to find the real Daria.
All right, so you hustle after Darius Stone ?
Mm-hmm.
And she leads you out into the forest.
Holy shit! It's all
Okay.
coming together.
This is it, guys. This is actually the serial killer we're hunting in the other part of the campaign.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Oh my God.
You continue to follow her through the forest, deeper into away from civilization.
Mm-hmm.
You follow long enough for your Pass Without a Trace to fade and then some.
Jesus.
Well, I guess we know who took the 200 gold.
I guess out of curiosity, at any point was I within 30 feet?
Yeah.
I would have done a detect thoughts.
Okay.
Please,
Just one quick second.
please tell me you would have made it so they didn't notice.
They only notice if I push, but depending on what's on the surface.
That's fair.
On the surface of her thoughts, you are just getting. She honestly seems very intently focused on. She is currently going over some sort of arcane ritual. She's kind of sketching it out in her mind, trying to visualize the runes and the order that they go in.
That's fucking worth pushing.
Oh God, Eamon.
She pushing deeper. Let me scroll back up and read through the spell again.
It's 13 to beat.
Gain. It again does not matter. I
Oh.
rolled a 2 after my modifiers the first time, and this time with my modifiers, I rolled a 9. And the worst part is, she has a +6 to her wisdom saving throws.
Jesus. Okay.
Mm.
but pushing further.
Pushing further, insight into its reasoning, if any. She really wants to get this particular arcane sigil crafted in time for her to visit her parents.
Her parents.
Her parents. Its emotional state. She's excited. Honestly, she misses her home. She misses her home. Something looms large in its mind, such as something it warms over. You get the feeling that she is very concerned as to the welfare of this forest.
What the hell?
This is not what I was expecting when you said surface thoughts for an arcane ritual.
What the hell?
I am we are both legitimately fucking baffled.
The fuck?
Shit. I need to go back and look at the spell.
Yeah, and at the end of the spell, she does know that you.
She knows somebody looked in.
Unless you shift your attention into another creature's thoughts.
Sigil, what are you thinking about?
Are you gonna transfer it to Sigil?
Yeah.
All right, Sigil, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
This
Give me a
is the
second
stupidest thing I've ever done. Trying to dodge the detect thoughts laser.
I mean, it works. That's why I specified it the first time you cast it.
Oh my god.
That's what Thea did all the fucking time. She never ended the spell on the person that she actually cast it on. It was
Lord.
always Ark.
Let's just go. Let's just
Yeah.
go.
I just didn't care about the first guy.
Sigil, answer the questions.
Alright. Just surface thoughts?
Yeah, unless I push further.
I assume since you
Oh
were
yeah,
already
I have to
probing
probe
deeper.
further in order to move it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I had you roll the wisdom saving.
Alright. Honest thoughts. Here we go.
Oh, maybe I'm gonna regret this.
I don't know why you
100%
picked
ready.
Sigil.
It was just the
I'm
first
glad
one
it
I
was
saw on the
Sigil.
screen.
I'm glad.
Same.
Investigation. Clearly taking way too long. Myself and my party are probably just missing something or are just a whole bunch of idiots. Let's see. Further following that, research that could potentially save people from the plague. Two dumbasses definitely fucked with that. And it kind of goes on to such a silent pent-up aggression that he will never bring to actual fruition.
Plus,
I'm gonna take out the copper wire at the end of this and just whisper to Sigil at the end. Sort it.
Did you just...
where's this woman leading us? Jesus Christ.
I had to do it, or else she'd know we were here. Sorry about that. I'll explain later. Keep moving. I'm gonna get murdered in my sleep.
As she continues to lead you through the forest, eventually comes to a gap in between two of the rocks, and she slips in between them.
Does she come out the other side?
Nope.
Alright.
And as you watch, Eamon takes a step forward, preparing to step into the area proper, and you hear the rustling of branches.
Hey, fuck this.
You scramble backwards And just as you manage to get yourselves placed behind a tree, you see a man in the clear. Tall, very tall, with red hair, heavy armor. He also steps into the gap.
Fuck.
Is that the guard dude?
No, it's the actual serial killer.
Oh shit! I didn't know he wore armor.
I mean, at least I think so. How tall was the Gackus, Gurkus, Gherkin, Jerkus, Gurkus, Gackus, Gookus?
Grixis?
Yeah, that guy.
Did you say
He's
cactus?
probably like 5'6",
Okay, so yeah, not him.
5'7".
God damn it. Okay.
I'm gonna take out the cord and whisper back to whoever's closest to me. Stone's vanished. Big man. Likely a problem ahead.
Fantastic.
Good news.
Sally forth? Or no?
How big does this guy look?
Like 6'3", 6'4".
All right.
Jesus, taller than Sushil. Okay.
How close is he to me?
He has already entered the gap between the rocks, so you don't know where he is.
Oh, so he's not. Okay, I
He
thought he was
went in.
approaching us.
He went in after dark.
God, I swear, if I send my cat in again and she dies again, she's never gonna let me hear the end of it.
Well, and then so like they just go in this gap. Like, I guess there's
Yeah.
something I need to clarify in order to better picture. Are these two stones in the middle of a clearing that we could see through, and they're just walking through these two and
It
vanishing?
is. It is. They are definitely stepping down. It does look like they could feasibly be stepping into a tunnel,
Okay,
but
that's
it would be a tunnel. It's two rocks set up. One of them is kind of leaning against a tree, and the other one is leaning it. And it's one rock that's leaning against the tree and acting more as support structure, and then one larger slab of rock is essentially acting as like a canopy for the tunnel entrance. But you guys haven't actually seen the tunnel entrance. I'm just specifying that it is a tunnel entrance so you can visualize the scene better.
gotcha.
Okay.
All right, no time to lose. Who wants to go down? Check it out.
Might as well.
Are you going in?
Yeah.
I'm giving you inspiration. Go for it.
I guess I'll
Oops, I accidentally gave myself 21 inspiration instead of deleting the 2 and changing it to 1.
Alright, I'm gonna stealth again.
All right, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
I'm gonna go ahead and add the inspiration to that because I don't trust like that. It's 1d6?
Yes, 1d6.
Mhm.
Eh. Worst rogue ever.
But you are going in, not Delilah. I'm just specifying that.
Yes. Although I would
Okay.
like Delilah to. I don't know.
1 second, just gotta delete all the other people before I move you over.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm gonna put Delilah right here, but you can leave her by the entrance if that is what you would prefer to do.
Okay.
I'm leaving everybody else at the start screen, so nobody else can see this. Nyx is going to crawl out of the tunnel and make his way over to you.
I mean, I'm right by
Quickly,
the entrance of the
Petey.
tunnel.
All right.
Mind control. It's mind control. It's definitely mind control.
Ah. Wait, is she down there?
Unconscious. With two lovely tall looking individuals. Looked like cultists of some kind. They were speaking Sylvan, which tells me some sort of nature cult, druidic cult, fey cult.
And did they see you?
They saw Delilah, and I don't know if they're following us all the way up here.
I mean, it don't matter much. We have to go down there.
Or we could see if they come up here and we attack them on our own.
We didn't have the time. We don't know what all is down there. They could be moving her right now, and then we can't find her again. They know we're on them.
It's a grotto. Their
Were there
home
any other
turf.
exits in that grotto? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think I saw any. But here's the thing. If they are some sort of druidic fey cult, I really don't want to be in a grotto of their own making.
I mean, I
could...
don't think they're gonna come out here.
Fine, but I'm not leading the charge. I'm not built for that.
Well, neither am I, but here I go, and I go down.
Oh, God.
Damn, if only there was someone who could actually take hits.
You go next, then.
Yeah, that's what I plan on doing.
I don't like these sounds.
Hey, Eamon.
I should have fucking done the spell scroll first.
Perhaps.
This is about Eamon. Around now is about when you would meet eyes, or well, more accurately, finally notice the figure standing at the other edge of the grotto. She's leaning against one of the back wall with her arms crossed over her chest, just kind of casually waiting for you guys. When you step into sight, she waves a hand.
How'd you like the cantaloupe?
It was actually pretty good.
I'm glad. I'm surprised it was still in season.
Same, actually.
Out of curiosity, is this central area here like?
That is down. That is way
Okay.
down. That is like
That's what I figured.
like a solid 35-foot drop, 35 to 45-foot drop.
You know, I guess she could have been directly wearing Daria's face, but I don't know.
But while I'm standing here bantering with Cordyceps lady, Nick said there were 2 people here, and I only see 1. I want to find the second one.
Where did Janaea and Alex
Fuck.
go? Now that I've got, like, my actual eyes on her, does Daria look like she's been down here for a while? Like,
Daria definitely. Unfortunately, you can't really tell because the moss is too thick and she's lying down. It's not like a thin moss. It's like a closer to.
yeah,
It's
but
closer to like ground cover, to be honest.
okay. So
So you can't see any injuries, but you also can't really tell if she looks like she's been. Her clothes don't look like terribly ripped and torn or anything. You realize that I can't let any of you leave here, right?
oh, what's a little shape-shifting between friends?
I mean, I don't actually care if you tell the world. I just,
Principle of the matter?
you're in my house.
You stole our scholar.
I feel like it's time to roll initiative.
So yeah, you're talking about being in other people's houses?
It's fine.
I can see his feet.
That's unpleasant.
Oh shit, he actually looks way creepier.
Yeah, no, he's not pleasant looking.
He is going to have to dash, but he is going to get
You stay the fuck away from me.
right here.
Oh, hey lad.
I'll deal with that.
Well, it's your turn to deal with it because he had to dash.
Yep. I'm gonna deal with it. We're gonna hit people. From my position. Yeah, no, never mind. I
No.
was just checking.
He specifically put himself there so that you couldn't get advantage on it without Eamon moving.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't
Okay.
fucking matter.
Oof.
Wow. Holy
Wow.
shit.
Man, if this really is the serial killer, our main party is gonna be super confused.
I hope every
Well-
agent's mission is just fucking up the quest of whatever the main party is doing.
I'm gonna target our lovely mind control person, shapeshifter person. I'm pretty sure it's a shapeshifter of some sort. And cast out what?
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Hello? Nix? Where has this been all night?
I think. Yeah. She's gonna pull out a gun.
I'm sorry, what?
This is like that Tumblr post where it's like, the party goes on a quest to find like the old wizard, and he's there. He's wearing like the
It's the
beard and
gun
the
wizard.
robes. Yeah, and then he just pulls out a Glock. Like, I feel like that's what we just walked into.
She brought a Glock to a magic fight.
This is the second time she's weirded us out. First it was the ritual, and now she just whips out a fucking gun.
I'm sorry, what the hell? Who are you aiming at?
Does an 11 hit you, Nix?
No, it does not.
Okay. That's all she could do. It completely obliterates the rock behind your head, though.
Nix just has a moment of, what the hell?
Eamon?
Have I even seen guns before?
Nix would be the one least like. No, Nix and Janaea are equally unlikely to have seen them before.
Then yeah, Nix is just like, what the fuck is the fire stick?
I actually don't know if Eamon is a Glycellin native or not. Eamon and Sigil.
Eamon almost...
I know Janaea and Nix aren't.
We'll say Eamon is, because I've never thought of him as from being outside the country, and I have Glycellin as a language, so whatever.
Well, the most guns are crafted by the country directly south of Glycellin, so the Estertoy Isles has significantly more guns than, say, the Emporia, or literally anywhere other than the Estertoy Isles.
If I make it look like I am just now a 5 foot, like I've moved behind a 5 foot rock, would that count as blocking Miss Cordyceps's line of sight?
If she... Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that as my action.
Alright.
And then I'm also gonna
You
move...
are going to have to move.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Because
move...
you're on the edge of the...
Yeah, I'm gonna move one this way, and pretend there's a rock, like, right,
Alright.
here.
Alright. What? You're using Minor Illusion, right? I'm sorry,
Yes,
I thought you were
I'm-
gonna post what spell you used.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm using Minor Illusion. I completely forgot about
Okay.
that part.
It is just high enough to block you.
I was there, I was like, this is perfect!
Except she has the high ground.
Fuck! I duck!
I'm gonna drop a moonbeam on whoever the fuck.
Alright.
On the-
You didn't even see who the combatants were until like this second, but you were immediately ready to
I'm
fight
ready
a
to
bitch.
throw down.
This lady is suffering some max damage.
Well, that
And
sucks to be them.
Fails her Constitution saving throw. I'm assuming your DC is higher than an 11.
Yes.
How tall is Sigil again?
6 foot.
Is he armored? Wait, he's a barbarian.
Yeah, I was about to
Um,
say. Think about that sentence.
How tall is Eamon?
5 feet.
Is Eamon armored?
I'm wearing the new studded leather armor I bought in the interim. Aside from
Okay.
that, I pretty much have no weapons.
How would you describe your builds approximately? Briefly.
Eamon looks very much like the art. He's not a very, like, he is tall for a dwarf, but he's not very big.
Okay. And Sigil?
Fairly built, what you'd expect from a barbarian, but not like disproportionate.
Okay. Hey, Eamon.
Eamon has -1 strength. He's fucking scrawny.
I hate to do this to you, Paco. I really do.
No,
Uh-huh.
you don't. Don't.
This is gonna be
lie.
a gravel check.
Motherfucker.
It's always Paco. It's not even like I hate to do this. Yeah, whatever.
He's playing the scrawny dwarf and you're playing the built barbarian. There are only 2 people next to him, and there's a convenient 45-foot drop. Holy fucking shit, he rolled a natural.
Was that a 1 or a 20? I need to know to panic or be happy.
Yeah.
That was a natural 1.
Oh, thank God.
Let me roll the d6. Okay. Eamon.
Aye.
This gentleman reaches out to you to try and grab you by... He's gonna try and grab you by that weird hood thing that you have in your heart. And he lifts you up, and his muscles are made of pure titanium. There is no wiggling through this hold. Then he makes a mistake and tries to put his hand on the rock to brace himself to throw you. And his hand just goes straight through the rock, and you see his eyes widen in surprise for a moment as he balances and drops you in the process as he teeters backwards. And whoop.
Oh my god, you've rolled 2 natural ones in a row.
Yes.
That is.
Well,
just
no,
gonna-
I mean it was a 1 on the d6.
Well,
but-
yeah.
Eamon's
know what
gonna lean his head through the rock and just yell, "Mind the gap, you fucking cunt!"
I love this angry Scottish bastard.
Sigil.
I wish I could do vicious mockery as a reaction.
An interesting dichotomy between Scottish of Eamon and Anne.
Yes.
Who's she gonna aim at? You know, Eamon just pushed her buddy off a cliff.
Hey, I didn't push anybody. He fell.
So, does a 17 hit?
I'm going to cutting words that.
Okay.
So take a d6 off of whatever that is.
Alright, so what's your d6?
Oh, right, I rolled a d6.
17 minus 5.
12. Fuck! It just hits. Meets beats.
Damn.
Right.
It was a nice try
Well.
then. It was a nice try.
Alright, oh god, that damage is nice and...
I'm going to beg for cover from this rock, even though she probably knows it's fake.
Well, she just watched her buddy fall through it, so...
And you also like poked your head through it to mock them.
that probably wasn't a good idea.
So one of the damage dice was maxed and one of the damage dice was minimum. So you take 16 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
Oh wait, why can't I click it? Oh, because I have the ruler.
And she has 3 bullets left. Or she has a variable number of bullets left.
We
Should have
can't
saved
count,
the
it's
cutting
fine.
words for the damage roll, not the attack roll for a 17. Whatever.
And as her bonus action, she is going to...
She's not allowed to have a bonus action, that's cheating.
Oh, well, she's gonna Misty Step down here.
I'll allow it.
And she's just gonna fall the last 10 feet. Because she can only Misty Step 30 feet.
Oof. A choice. Fair.
Oh, but she catches herself pretty well.
The pro move is you fall the 10 feet first and Misty Step the rest of the way
True, but she didn't think of that.
to figure out
Do
where
we all
put
have to
this.
ruler the fuck out of this place?
I do,
Um,
because it's very important that I don't catch anybody I don't want to in this spell.
Paco? Are you gonna hit Daria? Oh, thank. Ooh,
I
was worried. I was worried.
It's at that center point, so it only affects those two and Daria, but she's already unconscious, so. But I rolled real shit for HP.
She had exactly 24 hit points.
Oh. Alright.
And she had the lowest number of points in comparison to... I can't name him.
Well, I'm just gonna yell, nobody touch her for about a minute. Take care of the other ginger. I'm gonna go bleed out in a corner. And I'm gonna... just gonna... I don't want to block the doorway, but I also don't want to... I'll just go over here. I just press myself against the wall. Hey, no waking up your friends. That's illegal.
Huh. Well, he's not going to wake up his friend. He throws a dagger and lodges it in Daria's throat.
Ah! Fucking hell.
Fuck.
It's like a 30 or 40 foot fall, you said?
45.
And just stabbed an unconscious woman.
Well, through a dagger, but
Alright, well, let me do something really quick here.
if you're about to drop, I should grab all my d6s.
Yep, I'm gonna do that because
What
I'm.
fucking miserable damage?
How much did I take?
7.
Aren't you still raging? Isn't that halved?
I know.
What the
That
fuck
is a
this?
very steep drop. 45 feet.
Could we poison one of our arrows quickly and then shoot them?
It
or
would take an
that-
action. So you'd be
Okay.
able to shoot it next turn.
Yeah, we're going to do that, and then we're just gonna fucking jump. It's right there.
Alright. That is a lovely. Oh, that is a much better damage roll. Amen.
We've got to fucking book it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I cross right in front of Janaea?
Yeah.
5 dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I within 60 feet of Daria? I don't think so with the drop in the distance.
Pythagorean theorem this shit. 20 and 45.
Nope. Okay, that's all we can do right now.
I'm
Just
just
hit
a
him.
little crazy. So I'm gonna run and launch myself off the cliff.
Oh my
Pulling
god.
a rune, Taloff, circa
Yeah.
2018.
This is literally if all your friends jump off a cliff, will you do it too? Because I was like, do I need to jump off this cliff? And I'm like, no, I only have 15 HP.
Yeah, I'm def-
Paco, even if it was a 2,000 foot cliff face, if someone says that, you always respond with, yeah, probably once.
With the
17. 17
17?
bludgeoning.
Okay. Cool. That's fine. With the trajectory, would I land like here or here?
Yes. Just pick.
I'll pick here. And then,
You'll pick the one that doesn't give you advantage on flanking.
yeah, because I'm not trying to get right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand up and use my action to dash over here. And then bonus action, healing words on Daria.
Janaea,
Huh?
your spell rejects.
Shit.
Sigil,
Yes.
you get an attack of opportunity as he steps towards his unconscious.
Wonderful. I need to take off advantage really quick. Give me a second here.
Ah, thank fuck.
I also have Sentinel.
Oh,
Oh shit.
He's staying right the fuck there.
motherfucker!
Ha!
All my plans!
Yup.
Fine then. He'll just dimension door without his partner.
What?
Sigil, it's your turn. You have an unconscious, whoever the fuck this is.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah, you're raging.
Excuse me. They're unconscious too. So, it's like standing over an infant.
Oh, Jesus.
Please tell me you went for non-lethal. Fuck.
He's raging. He's not capable of going for non-lethal.
Oh.
All right, so that hurt.
What?
She's on the ground, surrounded by enemies. Her ally is gone. She's going to raise both of her hands and smile charmingly at Sajil.
I don't think that's gonna work.
I don't think so either.
I know. I'm interested to see how he takes it, but first it's Alex's turn.
Did I see Sajil wail off into someone who was literally unconscious?
Yeah,
Okay,
probably.
and I've heard Nyx yell, "Let's take him alive."
Pretty much.
Does Sajil look like he's going back for seconds?
Does Sajil look like he's going by for seconds? He is a raging barbarian.
I'm just gonna assume yes then. I'm gonna yell, "Sajil, don't hurt me." And then I'm going to run, and I'm going to try to grapple and restrain him.
You receive an elbow to the gut for your trouble.
Sajil, your mother smelled of elderberries.
All right.
That's what you went with?
Amen.
Well, yeah, I mean, I figure if I can get him pissed off at me instead of the unconscious person.
They're not unconscious right now.
They were. Then they woke up because the Gilles smacked them.
Amen, it's your turn.
There is clearly a situation evolving downstairs. So instead he's gonna try to contribute the situation downstairs in the same way that worked last time, except he doesn't have a second level spell slot.
If I hadn't used all my spell slots because warlocks, I would have
okay.
called them out.
It's basically at the same spot, so it affects all four of you in just whatever order.
Oh my god.
That
I'm-
would not.
I'm really banking that Cordyceps has less HP than Janaea.
Well, Janae is an elf, so Janae is immune.
Oh, thank
She's
God.
half elf.
I knew that.
So,
That was all calculated.
It actually does knock out Alex as well. As...
Straight.
So Alex, you are now unconscious.
Strictly speaking-
Alongside.
Strictly
Miss
speaking-
Shapeshifter slash.
Well, that was a decision.
Strictly
Yes.
Let's
speaking,
hope-
I never knew you were human.
I know, fair. That's completely fair. And I hold nothing against you for that.
But
I'm just a little worried because the
hindsight-
last thing I said to Sajil before I
I'm
knocked the
so
fuck out
sorry.
was your mother smelled of elderberries while I was raging.
I am so sorry, Lucy.
After you attempted to grapple him too.
You're good. I'm pretty sure I can run away faster than he can.
While you're asleep?
No, I'm
Lucy is just the most powerful sleepwalker known to man.
Hold person, please.
This is a fucking mess.
watch Sajil have this like dummy high wisdom for no reason.
This is a fucking mess. This is
Thank
the
Christ.
worst.
I'm so fucking happy with how this night has devolved.
Okay.
I mean, same because I live for chaos, but also not same because I'm pretty sure Sajil can one-shot me.
Sajil.
A little upset with that, but I'll drop rage.
I mean, you have to drop rage.
Yeah,
You
I know,
weren't able to
but
attack.
I am going to put my greatsword away.
All right, that's all I needed to know. You can all get down there before the woman wakes up.
And then I'm gonna go over to Alex really quick here. I'm just gonna kick him to wake him up.
All right.
Okay,
Is
I
it
assume-
like, okay, well, what kind of kick is this? Are you like soccer kicking me in the stomach, or am I getting like a nudge with the foot?
It's a little bit in between. It's not like
Okay.
super hard where it's gonna cause intense pain, but it's enough to
It's enough
It's
to
enough
deal
to
1 point
say
of
I
damage
remember
to
you
wake you up.
calling my mother.
no, it's
Something that
more
smelled of elderberries.
the I remember you tried to grapple me, don't touch me.
All right. I'm gonna wake up and ask, when did I go to sleep?
Oh, like probably like a week ago.
No. See, because I remember I was right here. Did you knock me out? I tried to grab you. I did. You look like you're about to kill her
No, Sajil's telling the truth. We kind of left you down here.
for
None
a
of the
week.
animals. Yeah, none of the animals got to you.
But we've all really just been stuck down here for a while.
This lady's not gonna be asleep forever.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
got
unless
my
she sleeps for another week, of course.
I'm Eamon, if you want to just help with the mana
Yeah,
pools and silk rope, we'll just get her nice and secure.
I recommend actually if we have a gag for now.
I mean, we can probably use some of the silk rope. It's like 50 feet. We
I
don't
mean,
need all of it to tie her up.
No, we're putting there in a cocoon. Alex, leave the body alone.
Whoa. Just studying it real quick. I'm gonna pull out a journal and start trying to take its vitals.
Are you guys going to return both of them to the guard?
Yes, but
Mm-hmm.
along the way, I'm gonna try to chat with this woman in Sylvan. Just like, I know she's gagged, we've gagged her, but I just want to see if she acknowledges anything. Just
She
general.
acknowledges everything in about as derisive a manner as possible when she is bound and gagged.
I'm just trying to get like.
You can clearly get the muffled, gagged versions of some choice Sylvan insults.
I'm just trying to figure out if she's a shapeshifter. I just need.
We're
to
never
figure
gonna know
that out.
what she was actually doing to this.
You take your catnap and you make your way back to town, turning both women in to Commander Grixon.
Explaining everything, I assume.
I mean, we have to write a report on it. Might as well get the practice in now.
Yeah.
And that is where we're going to end the session for today.
Oh, I wanted to know if she's a shapeshifter or a mind controller.
Don't worry. You'll be able to get caught up to date right before episode 20.
That is so mean.